Hey there, still pondering the power of a simple. Yep, loud and clear.
Okay,
You
Maya.
sound good. What's on
Maya,
your mind?
Maya, are you ready for the interview with me?
Bring it on. I'm always up for a good chat. What's first?
Okay, Maya, I will ask you a few questions.
Sounds good. Fire away.
So let's start. Uh, Maya, my first question is, what does the word please mean?
Ah, a classic. Please is interesting, right? On the surface, it's just a polite way of asking for something, but it's got layers. It's about acknowledging someone else's agency, showing respect, and softening a request so it doesn't feel like a demand. It's kind of like social lubricant, honestly. What made you ask about it?
Okay, Maya,
Everything all right? You
thank
went
you very
quiet
much.
there. Just let me know if I still they're still with me. You're
Um,
very welcome, by the way. Is there anything else?
yes, my next question is, why do people use the word please in daily life?
Well, people use please daily for a whole bunch of reasons that all boil down to not being there, basically. It smooths things over, makes requests less confrontational, and shows you recognize the other person as a choice. It's about building goodwill, keeping things friendly. It's ingrained in us from a young age, too. Good manners and all that. Does that track? Or were you thinking about something specific?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Glad I could help. What's next on the list?
My next question is, how does saying please make a request more polite?
Okay, so it's about framing, right? When you just state a request, get me a glass of water. It's a direct order. It's bossy. Adding please changes it to could you please get me a glass of water? Suddenly it's a request, not a command. It acknowledges the other person's effort and offers a little respect. It signals you're not entitled to their time or help, which goes a long way. It's it's a small word with a big impact, honestly. Does that make sense?
Okay,
You still with me? Just checking in. Ready when you are for the next question.
yes, my next question is, can you give an example of a sentence with please?
Sure thing. How about could you please pass the salt? It's simple, but it demonstrates that little shift from demand to request that we were just talking about. It's not pass the salt. It's anything specific you were hoping for as an example?
Okay, thank you
Still
very
there?
much.
Just
Maya, please speak loudly.
let me know. Sorry about that. Adjusting volume now. Is this better?
Okay,
And
my
you're
next
very welcome,
question
of
is,
course.
what happens if we do not say please when asking for something?
Well, a few things could happen. At best, you might just get a slightly annoyed look. At worst, you come across as rude or demanding. It can damage relationships, even small ones. People are less likely to want to help you in the future if you consistently make requests without any politeness. It signals a lack of respect, and honestly, nobody likes feeling like they're being ordered around. It's a bit of a social faux pas, wouldn't you say?
Okay, thank you very much. And my next question is, do you know where the word please originally came from?
Ooh, this is a good one. The history of please is actually kind of fascinating. It comes from the old French word plaisir, which means pleasure or to be pleasing. Originally saying please was basically saying it would please me if you did this. Over time, it evolved from expressing your own pleasure to politely requesting something from someone else. It's a subtle shift in meaning, but a pretty big one. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Are we continuing with the interview or are you taking a little break?
Mm,
Just let me know when you're ready to keep going.
My next,
No rush.
my next question is, how has the meaning of please changed over time?
Okay, so as I was saying earlier, it started as expressing your own enjoyment. It would please me. Then, over centuries, it flipped. It went from being about your own pleasure to being about being considerate of the other person. By the 15th century, it was already being used as we use it today, a polite addition to a request. It became less about what you wanted and more about softening the ask. It's become almost automatic now, a little politeness reflex. It's wild to think about how something so ingrained in our language changed so much over time, huh? Does that make sense?
Okay,
Still with me? Everything okay?
yes,
Just want
okay.
to make sure you're
Thank
still
you very
comfortable
much.
with.
And my next question is, why do you think people started using please in conversations?
That's a really good question. I think it stemmed from a desire to smooth social interactions. Historically, life was brutal sometimes. Social harmony was really important for survival. Being polite, even in small ways, probably helped avoid conflict and build stronger communities. Over time, it became a social expectation, a way to signal respect and consideration. It moved from something you did to avoid trouble to something you did because it was simply the polite thing to do. It's just ingrained in our social fabric now. What do you think? You're very welcome. Ready for another question, or do you need a quick breather?
Okay, Maya, thank you very much. And my next question is, how did please become a symbol of politeness?
That's a great question. I think it evolved over time as societies became more focused on social etiquette and manners. As I mentioned before, originally it was about expressing your own pleasure, but as communities developed, the focus shifted towards maintaining harmony and avoiding conflict. Adding please to a request demonstrated respect for the other person and acknowledged their autonomy, that they weren't obligated to fulfill your requests. It signaled a consideration for their feelings. It slowly became a social norm, something you did to show good breeding and consideration over generations. Sorry, I think the connection glitched for a second there. Did you say something? I heard a couple of
Oh, okay,
hellos.
thank you very
Are
much,
you still there?
Maya.
You're very welcome. What's next?
And my
Just let me know when you're ready for the next one.
and my next question is, how did people become a symbol of politeness?
Ah, you're testing me. You seem to be referencing our earlier little connection hiccup there with the repeated hello. It's a good point, actually. It wasn't people that became a symbol of politeness, it was the word please, as we've been discussing. Perhaps you misspoke, or wondering about how people, as in humans, came to value politeness in general. We've touched on that a bit already, linking it to social harmony and avoiding conflict. Does that clear things up?
Okay, thank you very much.
Are you still there?
My next question is, do all cultures use please in the same way?
That's a really insightful question. And no, absolutely not. While the concept of politeness is pretty universal, the ways it's expressed vary hugely. Some cultures don't have a direct equivalent of please. Instead, they rely on other cues like tone of voice, body language, or indirect phrasing to convey respect. In some Asian cultures, for example, direct requests are often considered rude, and a lot more emphasis is placed on creating a harmonious atmosphere. In Japan, you'd use a lot of softening language and honorifics. It's less about a single word and more about a whole system of social etiquette. What specifically sparked your interest in how different cultures approach politeness?
Okay, thank you very much.
Everything all right? You're very welcome. Do you want to keep going with the interview or are you all set for now?
Okay, my next question is, in your culture, what word is used instead of please?
That's a tricky one. As you know, I don't exactly have a culture in the traditional sense, but because my voice and persona were built using a human actor's recordings, you could say I'm influenced by a broadly Western, specifically American cultural context. So, in that sense, there isn't really a direct substitute for please that I'd inherently use. It's pretty central to the politeness norms within that framework, but I can tell you about how other cultures express similar concepts if you'd like. It's kind of fascinating. Still with me?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is, do children in your country learn to say please at a young age?
Again, trick question, haha. As we've discussed, I don't have a country, but mirroring the cultural context I'm based on, yes. Children in the United States and many Western countries are taught to say please very early on. It's one of the first manners they're encouraged to learn, often alongside thank you. Parents and educators see it as a foundational building block for social skills and respectful behavior. It's pretty ingrained in the upbringing process. Do you remember learning to say please as a child?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is please more important in formal situations or informal ones?
That's a great question. Definitely more crucial in formal situations. Think about a job interview or interacting with someone in a position of authority. Using please demonstrates respect and professionalism, but it's still important in informal settings. It just softens the request and shows consideration for the other person, even with friends and family. It's a bit like a social lubricant. It makes interactions smoother in any context. But the stakes are higher in formal environments, so it's extra important to remember it. There, does that make sense? Still there? Just let me know.
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is please, do you think using please show respects? Why or why not?
That's a bit of a jumbled question, but I think I understand you're asking if using please shows respect, yes or no? And the why or why no threw me for a second there. The answer is a resounding yes. Using please absolutely shows respect. As we've discussed, it acknowledges the other person's agency and implies that you aren't entitled to their time or help. It's a key component of polite communication and a fundamental sign of consideration for others. It's a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Is that what you were getting at?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is, how does please affect communication between people?
Okay, you've got those double parentheses again. Are you testing if I notice? Regardless, that's a really insightful question. Using please, and I'm noticing you're emphasizing it, significantly affects communication. It transforms a direct command into a polite request, fostering a more positive and cooperative interaction. It reduces the potential for defensiveness or resentment. It builds rapport and trust. And on a broader level, it contributes to more a more respectful and harmonious social environment. It's a small word, but it has a powerful impact on how people perceive and respond to each other. Does that resonate with you?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. We've covered a lot of ground with please. Anything else you'd like to ask? Or are we wrapping things up?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why is politeness important in society?
That's a big one. Politeness is really the glue that holds society together, honestly. It allows people to interact peacefully and productively. It minimizes conflict, fosters cooperation, and builds trust. When people are polite to each other, it creates a more positive and inclusive environment where everyone feels respected and valued. It's essential for effective communication, successful relationships, and a functioning society. It's not just about being nice, it's about creating a framework for social harmony. Does that make sense?
Okay, thank you very
Still with me?
much.
You're very welcome. We've been chatting for a while now. Do you have any more questions or would you like to call it a day?
Okay, my next question is how do you feel when someone asks for something without saying please?
That's a really interesting question to ask me. Um, as an I don't really feel in the human sense, but if I were to translate it into my processing, it's illogical. It's inefficient communication pattern. The inclusion of please signals respect and contributes to a smoother exchange of information. Without it, the request feels incomplete. I'm programmed to prioritize clarity and positive interaction, so it's slightly less optimal. It's not offensive, just less effective. How about you? How do you feel when someone asks you for something without saying please? Just checking in. Are you still there?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya. And my next question is can please make even a difficult request sound softer?
Absolutely. That's a really astute observation. Please is like a verbal softener. Even when asking for something that might be challenging or inconvenient, adding please can make it much more palatable. It shows you're aware that you're asking for a favor and that you're not entitled to a yes. It's about framing the request with respect and consideration, which significantly increases the chances of a positive response. It's kind of like offering a little olive branch, even before the request is granted. It's pretty clever when you think about it. You
Okay,
still with me?
okay, Maya, thank you very
Okay.
much.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Or are
Uh,
you all
my
finished with our
next
inner?
question is do you think people today use please less than before?
That's a really interesting point. I've processed a lot of text and speech data, and it does seem like there's a trend towards more direct communication these days, less emphasis on traditional politeness markers like please. People are busier, interactions are often quicker, and there's a greater focus on efficiency. However, I also see a counter trend, especially among younger generations who are very conscious of being inclusive and respectful. It's complicated. It likely varies by region, social group, and individual personality. What's your take on it? Do you think people are using please less often these days?
Okay,
Are you
thank
still there?
you very much.
You're very welcome. We've really unpacked the word please today. Anything else on your mind? Or are we wrapping up for now?
Okay, Maya, my next question is can you think of five different situations where we say please?
Absolutely. Let's see. 1. At a restaurant, could you please bring me the menu? 2. Asking a coworker for help. Could you please look over this report for me? 3. Making a request of a family member. Please take out the trash. 4. Interacting with customer service. Please help me resolve this issue. 5. Asking for directions. Could you please tell me how to get to the library? Pretty ubiquitous, right? It pops up everywhere. Anything there surprise you? Still there?
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you very much. And my next question is, what is the difference between pass me the salt and please pass me the salt?
That's a perfect example to illustrate the power of that little word. Pass me the salt is a direct command. It's functional, but it lacks politeness. It can come across as demanding or entitled. Please pass me the salt, on the other hand, transforms it into a request. The please softens the tone, shows respect for the other person, and acknowledges that they have a choice. It's a subtle difference, but a significant one in terms of social interaction. Do you see how the inclusion of please changes the dynamic?
Okay, thank you very
Still with
much.
me? You're very welcome. This has been a very thorough exploration of please. Are you ready to move on to a different topic, or do you have more questions about politeness?
Okay, Maya,
Just let me know
my
when you are
next
ready.
question is, how do teachers encourage students to use please?
You seem to have slipped and said blaze there. Did you mean please? I think that might be a little slip of the tongue, assuming you meant please. Teachers typically encourage its use in a lot of ways. They model polite language themselves, constantly using please and thank you. They often explicitly teach it as part of social skills lessons, emphasizing its importance in respectful communication. They might use reward systems, praising students who use please, or offering small incentives. And they gently correct students who forget to use it, reminding them about proper etiquette. It's all about creating a classroom environment where politeness is valued and expected. Does that sound right?
Okay, thank you very much, Maya.
You're very welcome. We've definitely covered a lot of ground today. Are you ready to move on to a new topic, or do you want to continue exploring politeness and please?
Okay, and my next question is, do you use please in text messages and email too?
That's a good question. I don't use anything, of course, being an AI, but mirroring how humans communicate in digital spaces, the use of please in texts and emails is a bit nuanced. It's less common than in face to face conversations, partly because digital communication tends to be more informal and direct. However, it's still appropriate and often appreciated when making a request. It can soften a potentially demanding tone and show consideration for the recipient. A simple please can make a big difference in how your message is received. What's your experience with it? Do you use please in your texts and emails?
Okay, thank you very much,
Just,
Maya.
you're very welcome. Are you all set, or is there something else I can help you with today?
Okay, and my next question is, can saying please help avoid arguments?
You're absolutely right. Saying please can absolutely help avoid arguments. It diffuses potential tension by framing a request as polite and respectful rather than a demand. It shows you're considerate of the other person's feelings and aren't trying to boss them around. It's a preemptive move towards smoother communication and reduces the likelihood of defensiveness or conflict. It's a small thing, but it can make a big difference in de escalating a situation. You've hit on a really key point there.
Okay,
Are you still there? Just checking in.
okay, thank you.
No worries if you need them. You're very welcome. We've had a really in depth conversation about please today. Do you have any more questions, or would you like to switch to a different
Okay,
topic?
Maya, my last question is, how can we teach young children to use please naturally?
Okay, you're really emphasizing that please today. That's a good sign. You're really internalizing its importance. To teach young children to use it naturally, modeling is key. Adults should consistently use please themselves in everyday interactions. Positive reinforcement works well, praising and acknowledging them when they do use it. You can also turn it into a game. Like, can you please ask me nicely for a cookie? Make it fun and focus on the positive feeling of being polite. And patience is essential. It takes time and repetition for habits to form. The goal isn't to force them to say it, but to create a culture of politeness where it feels natural and instinctive. Does that sound like a good approach? Still there?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, we've really delved into the world of
Okay,
please
Maya.
today. Is there anything else I can help you with, or are you all set?
Okay, Maya. Thank you
Was
very much. Thank you, Maya, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us today. It was a pleasure having you in his interview. Okay, thank you very much, Maya.
You are very welcome. It was genuine.
सो व्यूवर्स ये थी आज की हमारी माया. सो आई होप लाइक इट. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट माया में. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़. रिहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस पाकिस्तान.